Welcome back to another daily move, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to go. Appreciate you tapping into the best podcast, best broadcast on YouTube, on all these platforms right now. So make sure you tap in, share, like, subscribe. We're going to be dropping content for you guys weekly, regularly. So important. So important. So that's what we're doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
This week, another week of greatness, another week for motivation, another week for inspiration, right? So around here, we don't waste no time. So we're gonna get right into it. These are one of the things I was tapping into today, and I was like, hey, this is just gonna be one of them ones that people really need to hear and understand too, right? So continuous improvement is better than delayed perfection. Mark Twain. Continue. Let's really look at that, right? Let's really tap into that. Continuous improvement is better than delayed perfection. Why? Because you're basically compounding your improvement. You're growing each and every day with just little by little, brick by brick. And anything is better than perfection. Because when you really think about it, who really wants somebody who is perfect?
What?
There's nobody perfect. And most of the time, that is not something that is going to be sustainable at the end of the day. You can't sustain perfection, okay, as a human being. Just remember that. You can't be the one looking for perfection either, because what you need to know is there's only one perfect person, and that's God. So for you, your focus is to try and improve those little things, those little downfalls you may have each and every day, so you can grow in a different way that may benefit you in the future and may improve your current situation, right? So you need to focus on continuous improvement rather than delayed perfection. Tap in. Let's go to our other one. So important, so important. And these are going to flow because I'm doing it. So it's going to flow properly. So for that first one, it leans into the second one, right? So consistency is more important than perfection. The key theme here is perfection. Straight from that, alleviate perfection, focus more on self improvement, consistency each and every day. It's honestly better like that. Makes things easier, less stressful, and it's ultimately just better for you, right? Consistency. Stay consistent with your work, stay consistent with your music, stay consistent with your job, stay consistent with your business, stay consistent with learning, reading, indulging in new things, different things that you may not have been indulging in before, that but you know you should have, right? Um, so that's another key thing right there, right? Consistency. Yeah, then there's another one here. Discipline plus focus plus action equals success. Even if that success wasn't there in this equation, you would kind of understand that, okay, these are three key things I need to have to, right? So they could have left that equals blank for you to figure out, because it's not only success, it's discipline, focus, action leads to being more open minded, being more understanding, being able to maneuver in ways that are beneficial for you and the people around you, as well as your reputation, as well as your business, and as well as your whole thing, your last name, making sure you maintain it and upgrade it. It's life, key to life, maintain it and upgrade it. But with these three things, discipline, focus, plus action, you're bound to succeed. Mainly because that last one right there, action. You're doing it, you're executing, you're tapping in. You're tapping in. What else are you really gonna be like what seriously, what other thing could this equal other than success? Whatever it equals is success. Whatever it may be, it can be something else, but doesn't matter what it is, that is going to be successful because you were disciplined, focused, and you executed. Those actions together maintain. And key thing right now is there's a lot of downturn going on in the markets and within society. We're gonna get more into that in biz talk. But for right now, motivation, focus on your lane, focus on the ones in your lane, right? We trying to take it to the next level each time with these three things. Say it again, just for those ones who may not have understood it in the back. Discipline, focus, action, success. Tap it. Okay, so in today's biz talk, we're gonna get right into some fire. We got some fire here because Elon has been acting like he's the top G. He's doing everything correct. I bought Twitter. I'm about to make the biggest financial whatever in the world, and you guys are gonna be tapped in, no question about it, right? Okay, lit. Charge everybody for the checks, blue checks, all that, right? Okay, let's get right into this because his rocket, he's been working on this, so we would have thought that this would be going out of space for sure, right? Um, and 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 this is science, right? You can't even blame him, but buddy, let's read this. Watch all 5 times SpaceX's Starship rocket exploded in a giant fireball, right? Starship explosion, a setback, but not a total failure for SpaceX and Musk. SpaceX Starship rocket launches but explodes minutes after takeoff. So we've seen this happen before in the States as well with a couple astronauts. Um, when the rocket launched and then literally probably 30 seconds after it blew up, everybody on there definitely passed away and it was just tragic. But in this case, I don't know if there was people on it. Um, he had 3 previous explosions of Starship prototypes um, from SpaceX that's exploded in Texas on his first attempt orbital launch. But this isn't Starship's first explosion. 4 other prototypes have blown up on smaller flights. With everything nowadays, I kind of look at it as what kind of plan could he be setting in place, even though this happened. So just something to look at, just something to take into account. So IKEA announces a $2.2 billion US investment in 17 new stores. So that is also key because we've also been seeing that all these big businesses have really been just laying people off here and there. You get no job. You get no job. Handing out no jobs like it's Oprah with cars. But big businesses are actually expanding right now. Big businesses are actually funding growth. So this is something we can see here with IKEA because with even though with everything going on, people still need furniture. People still need top quality things. Um, and when you really think of it, IKEA is still a middleman. Like it's just a middleman. Like Walmart, all these big stores are just middleman that sells another person's product in their store. So IKEA is expanding while the others are shifting to layoffs and AI. So here we can see after declining for weeks, mortgage rates increase, right? So we can see an increase here again because maybe there's an increase in spending, right? There's been an increase in spending, which leads to other things going on. Definitely something to watch, but you can even see here that existing home sales slid by 2.4% in March. So right now isn't really, it is the time to buy, but it isn't at the same time. So there's only going to be a few people really buying. And those are the ones who've been waiting for moments like these where things fall, but also the interest rate is high. So, but this could be our new interest rate threshold spot, right? So we don't want to, some people are smart and are just getting into where they know is going to be kind of that space. So you know, we rather get in now than to get 16% interest rate in the next couple years that we're going to be seeing as normal, right? So as I was talking about layoffs, right? Meta staff slam Mark Zuckerberg over layoffs. You shattered the morale. So let's actually go into this. Meta employees lashed out at CEO uh, Mark Zuckerberg on an internal message board on Wednesday as the tech giants carried out another major wave of layoffs during its ongoing year of efficiency, so proclaimed. Meta handed out pink slips to approximately 4,000 workers, including engineers and other tech focused workers. So, with this, you can see that in the UK, they've dramatically decreased the amount of staff they need, right? Um, of course, that's going to be frustrating for staff, but they definitely were anticipating this and could have definitely seen it coming. So, in tech, I feel like it's very easy for you to get a different job, but it's just that it wasn't in the plans and it just delays what you're doing. And so you can see the Facebook and Instagram parent also signaled it would stop trying to fill a whopping 5,000 open roles as part of its cost cutting effort. So that's what all of these major businesses are looking at their um, employees as employee layoffs as cost cutting effort, cutting expenses where they can save expenses, meaning cutting people, cutting services, cutting things they're doing that they can, and they're making. They just want to be more efficient. This is just something in business where you can see the domino effect when big businesses do things, right? CEO says remote workers didn't open laptops for a month. This is a thing that's been going on as well. Individuals, people who've been working from home, it's less efficiency, but more comfortable for workers at home. I support working from home. And if you get work done at home, you're just productive. Just be productive. Some people can get carried away, but it's definitely important to be comfortable in your space and just work efficiently. Work smart, not hard. 8 hours of work in a day is really four, three. You can get it done. So do that, and then of course, your laptop's gonna be closed because I already got everything done. But in some cases, there is that stigma there. So yeah, that's been a bit our biz talk today, guys. You gotta, if you have any more business inside news to share with us, definitely put the links below. Drop them in the comments. We'd like to hear them. We'd like to tap into them. Biztalk.com. They're not paying me for anything, but this is just a good site to utilize to get all your news, all your topics, all your earnings about finance, anything. So make sure you tap into that to get your extra dose of knowledge. Okay, okay, back with a Twitter move. You guys know we always gotta have our Twitter move going because Twitter gives out different type of information you may be able to use. So make sure you tap in with us because we follow the best and only the best. And if you want to follow one of the best accounts, make sure you head over to Daily Dose Media and Finance, which is underscore Daily Dose Media on Twitter. Obviously, the underscore is there because somebody is jacking our name. We also released our AI tools for you guys to tap into, integrate with your business or your everyday life, right? So tap into that as well. We're gonna get right into it. We could see in this Twitter move that what Akon said here. Let's tap into it.
To get as many African Americans back home to Africa as I possibly can. Because I know the day they move back, everything they fighting for in America, they will not have to fight for over there. All the struggle that they struggled over there, they're going to come there with this mindset, with this mentality, with the finances that they built, the equity in life, and bring it back and invest that in Africa. Man, Africa could be the strongest nation in the world. Like, my goal.
Mm, the words of Akon. I, who couldn't agree with that? If everybody went back home, that would be a sight to see. He might be keying in on something. That might be a real thing, but to convince a mass like that, it have to be a big, big thing. We can just go there, engineer our own world, our own thing, make a change for our community, our people as one. That's definitely a great idea. Great idea, Akon, and he's always been pushing our culture to advance and be better. So let's tap into something else here. Elon confirms he's paying for LeBron James's verification checkmark. Over 100 plus celebrities verified checkmarks were removed today. I'm paying for a few personally. Okay. You see, and this is one of those things where certain celebrities aren't paying for the blue check. You think you can have $5 out of me every month when I'm the celebrity? You should be paying me $5 or whatever it should be, even more than that, to even post on this platform, in my opinion. So shout out LeBron because he knows. He knows. It's actually a story I wanted to get into right there, but it just disappeared. Get that back. Here it is. Breaking. Breaking news. 20 million in gold, high value gold stolen in a heist at Toronto Pearson Airport. These guys are saying 20. Other sources are saying 100 mil of gold was stolen from the airport. So I'm pretty sure it's 100, but some are saying two. So I'm gonna save that for later because I'm actually gonna tap in with them too. I need to drop my little opinion on it, but it's definitely more than that. And first of all, what is 100 or 20 to 100 million dollars worth in gold doing at an airport? Clearly, a plane was bringing it in, and the inside man on the plane said, "Hey guys, there's a plane coming in with 100 million in gold. All I need to do is come in through this back way. I'm gonna leave the door no lock, unlocked the next previous day. Bing bang boom."
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
And just like that, you got him. No issues, no problems. Out of there, free and clear, 100 mil, gold. Living. Nice. nice. Mm, good. Forever. Ugh, that's crazy. Let's see if they get away though. Is the thing. Will they get away? Because you can do a heist right now. I'd be burying some of that gold. Yep, buried. Hey, we only recovered 20 million. We only recovered 200K. Uh, a lot of people are gonna be looking for that gold if they might have stolen from the wrong people. So we see that New York City reportedly has 340,000 millionaires, and it's the world's wealthiest city. New York has always been one of the places to be, one of the spots that has um, the most exciting cities. A lot of trends come from New York. Um, as a youth, as a kid, even when I was older, we would always go to New York for a lot of family there, and I'd always come back with a different slang, different, be a different drip. Yeah, New York is always the spot, always will be. It's the heart, it's a mecca. So you got to understand that these type of cities and type of places, it's 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 actually changing from LA and California and those places to more of New York. And this is because there's more artists down here. There's more open thinkers down here. And things are just moving a lot better than other states. So with this news story here, I could definitely agree and say that this New York is definitely one of the richest cities right now, for sure. So things are always upgrading and changing daily, right? And here with this, we can even see that even with Bitcoin mining, which I've also done before in the past, Bitcoin mining is also changing its system here. So, first ever US nuclear powered Bitcoin mining plant announces full development of miners. So, this is kind of weird because US nuclear powered Bitcoin mining plant? I'm a little confused. This must be by the government then, because citizens aren't getting access to nuclear powered things. So, I'm kind of, you're going to use nuclear powered. What is nuclear? Like, you really need to go and understand what this nuclear powered shit is, because this, we could be just so brainwashed we're not even understanding what the real things are. Like, we need to ask more questions. People need to be more tapped in, honestly. Nuclear, like, what is that nuclear stuff? Like, drop in the comments what that nuclear stuff is. Like, I'm very aware of things, but once it comes to like what that really is, like, how is this powering stuff? Like, shouldn't we be using that instead of electricity if this thing can, or, we could utilize that as well, like the nuclear powered in cars. Like, you can even just put a certain nuclear, like a battery in there, where it's like you're just utilizing that. So that's another thing to tap into, but just weird. Drop some comments on what nuclear is. You need to know what that is. Another key thing here, what a lot of people do with what they do not have. People will drive a $60,000 car and have zero invested in the stock market. Don't be that guy, right? Do not. Come on, guys. Don't be that guy that has zero invested in the stock market, but you got 100, but you drive a 60. Boy, that's wrong.
What?
That's wrong. Do better. Be smarter. Invest in your invest in yourself so you can bring back more funds and bring back more assets rather than liabilities, right? Speaking of Franklin, we weren't speaking about Franklin, but after seeing it right here, shout out to Snowfall, one of the best series on TV ever. Um, Great story. Almost shed a tear at the end because to see where Franklin went from, his trajectory, and how fast he was able to do this, and then just how fast as well things can go downhill. So the story was big for the culture. This will be a super classic forever. And shout out to Damson Idris for playing such a great role. Um, you will be forever ingrained in my mind with this role and story. Great work. Um, drop some comments if you watch this Snowfall and you were tapped in to all the craziness that's been going on. Great, great show. Uh, and we were tapped in for all of it. So congratulations to him. And I'm definitely sure more work is to come from him. And he's one of those guys who can play so many different roles. So yeah, I see here's some looting going on in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Not going on, not going on. We've been watching this story for a while as well. TTC rejects Bell's proposal for joint build wireless cell phone network. So you can see that Rogers is really just taking over the city with their cell phone use, their cell phone coverage because they own a majority of things. Monopoly, right? So we're gonna leave you guys with that today. Monopoly. Make sure you are your own monopoly and creating your own monopoly within your space and within your environment, right? Make sure you share, like, subscribe. We'll be back. Make sure you share it with at least 100 people. Come on. I know you know 100 people, at least share it with 100 people. So let's go tap in. Catch you in the next episode.